We've seen a lot has been happening on social media, especially with Afrima nominations, people saying they're not voting for Slapdee and everything. I want to know from you, do you think Zambians are being too hard on Slapdee?
Ish. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. I feel like people have the freedom to feel as they feel, and you can't really force people to feel a certain way.
I respect that, and it's true. People have the right to feel how they feel as well. And then we did see him go on his social media platform as well to say he's withdrawn his nomination. He's written to the Afrima company to withdraw his nomination from the competition. And I like the fact that he said he was like he's doing this not to win sympathy from the people, but because what's the point of winning a trophy when you haven't won the hearts of your own people? Do you think that was a good move for him to actually do that?
Yes, I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm not sure about the withdrawal, but an apology I think has been pending for a while because the fan base has been complaining for a long time since that whole campaign thing came in, and there was never really like a genuine apology. It was more like I think he didn't truly appreciate how much influence the fan base has over his brand. But I think this has kind of shown like there's a bit of remorse now regarding the issue.
But then also, I understand the Zambian people were upset as well. But this is the third time Slapdee has actually been nominated at the Afrima Awards. This is the third time. And I know as much as we're upset, don't you think a win from him as well would have been good for Zambia at large?
Well, to be honest, like I was saying, you can't force people to do things. So I think everyone had the right to do as they felt. But then if it was about patriotism, which is supporting Zambia as opposed to a specific artist, there were other people in the categories like female artists in Southern Africa like Sampa and Bombshell. So those were options if you wanted to put Zambia on the map that you could vote for. But I think regarding Slapdee, it was a bit of a touchy issue because people felt, from my understanding, people are trying to teach him a lesson to say you can't neglect your fans' influence over your brand. And this was like maybe an ideal situation for them to show how much influence they had over him.
I like the fact that you've actually brought up the next question I was about to ask, because we have seen other Zambian artists that have been nominated as well. There is Sampa, like you say, there's Bombshell, there's actually Cleo Ice Queen as well that has been nominated, but yet they seem to have been overshadowed with all the Slapdee saga going on. Do you think this will kind of take away from our beautiful female artists from actually standing the chance to maybe take that trophy?
I think from my observation and how I've been following this story, people have been voting for the female artists also. It's just that the Slapdee issue went viral to the point that it overshadowed the other people's coverage regarding the awards. But they were getting votes. I saw people sharing screenshots of them voting for Sampa and Bombshell. So it didn't really take away, but I think it kind of overshadowed the aspect of them being nominated for people who didn't know in the first place.
That is very true. But then I also want to know from you, do you think artists should mix their career with politics? Do you think they should mix their careers with politics in the fact that when they do that, they actually stick by it instead of them just brushing it off and saying it's business?
I think politics and music can mix because there are certain incidences that require music. But then people engaging with a political party should come from conviction, like personal conviction. It shouldn't be on the basis of just money because that's going to be part of your legacy. And whatever the outcome of that election will be, it will also affect your career one way or the other. So yeah, they can mix, but it should be from a point of integrity and consistency because certain people involved in the previous elections had previously had a ground of saying we don't involve ourselves in elections, but then they ended up doing music for campaigns, which contradicted the values they had expressed previously. for people who've been doing this like Dandy crazy, I don't think many people would actually go against them because it's been known to do that for as long as, I don't know, I can remember. So it's consistent with his values even from before.
I like that, but then also I don't think Zambians are actually ready for such a conversation as well. We have seen in other countries, we've seen artists standing for presidency. I'll give an example of America. We saw Kanye West, even though he didn't actually go through with it until the finish line. We saw Kanye West standing for presidency as well. Do you think Zambia would be ready to have an artist as a president, or for an artist to stand for presidency? I mean, we have seen a number of them stand for MPs here and there, but do you think an artist would stand a chance to be a president in Zambia one day?
It's possible, but I don't think they would be active as an artist. Maybe someone who was previously an artist can stand a chance, but I think positions like maybe minister or MP are more likely to come as the more possible ones. We are many years ahead, behind, where such things can be possible, but it may start slowly and eventually may be possible.
Eventually. Speaking of you saying we are many years behind, do you think there is hope that, as you have said, eventually the industry will be more open to things?
Yeah, because Peterson, I think, is already currently, I don't know if he's still active in like the political space, but he previously contested for a position in the political landscape, which was like one step in that direction. So when someone else comes up, it won't be like a new thing anymore because we've seen it before already. So depending on how influential that person will be at that particular point, they may stand a better chance at actually winning than the people we've seen before.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us. We appreciate picking your brain today. It's been an interesting conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the platform.